fire, Jovian's light on fire. Victory within reach, Rome's destiny to teach. Marching with Roman pride, strength and courage side by side. Trumpets call to the sky, lyres singing do or die. From ashes to emperor, Jovian leads us far. With the strength of Rome, through the night we roam. Brass and drums roar loud, in the battlefield no doubt. Echoes of ancient songs, history where we belong. Legacy carved in stone, Jovian's heart the throne. Feel the power of Rome, every soldier's home. Owl's winds whisper true, in the night sky blue. Dreams of a golden age, turn the final page.
Greetings, new friend. I am Emperor Flavius Jovianus, though most know me simply as Jovian. I come to you from a time of great upheaval and transformation in our mighty Roman Empire. My story is one of unexpected twists, dramatic ascensions, and poignant moments that still linger in my soul. Before we dive into the heart of my reign and the tumultuous events that marked my brief time as emperor, allow me to take you back to my beginnings. I was born around the year 331 in Singidunum, a place you now know as Belgrade, situated in Moesia Superior. The son of Varronianus, a senior officer in the Roman army, I grew up surrounded by the echoes of military discipline and the stories of Rome's grandeur. My early years were filled with the typical rigors of Roman education, a blend of physical training and scholarly pursuits. My father, ever the stoic soldier, ensured that I was well versed in the art of war, as well as the wisdom of our ancestors. From a young age, I was taught to admire the virtues of courage, loyalty, and duty. My family, though not of noble lineage, held a respectable position within the empire's military ranks. My mother, whose name history seems to have forgotten, was a woman of quiet strength and unwavering faith. She instilled in me a deep sense of piety, which would later define much of my reign. My education was typical for a Roman of my status. Tutors guided me through the works of Virgil, Cicero, and the great historians. Yet, it was the tales of battle and the strategies of war that truly captivated my young mind. My father's connections allowed me to serve in various capacities within the military from a relatively young age, an experience that would prove invaluable in the years to come. As I grew, so did my responsibilities. I took on more significant roles within the army, eventually earning the rank of senior staff officer. My path seemed clear, or so I thought. Little did I know, fate had other plans for me. Plans that would thrust me into the very heart of the empire's power struggles and lead me to decisions that would shape the course of Roman history. But let us not rush ahead. For now, imagine a young man, eager and ambitious, standing at the cusp of a life that promised honor through service. My journey was only beginning, and the winds of destiny were already whispering my name. Stay with me, dear viewer, as I recount the tale of how a soldier's son rose to the highest office in the Roman Empire. In the next part, we will delve into the pivotal moment when fortune smiled upon me amidst the chaos of battle, and I was called upon to lead. And, as with all great stories, there will be friendships tested, loyalties questioned, and a glimpse of the divine hand that guided my every step. Until then, reflect on your own beginnings and the unseen threads that weave our destinies together. For it is in the past that we find the keys to understanding the future, and in my past, you will discover the seeds of my destiny. Life in the Roman army was a crucible, shaping men of iron will and unyielding determination. I was no exception. My days were filled with drills, strategies, and the camaraderie of fellow soldiers. Among them was Jovianus, my namesake and close friend, despite his adherence to the old pagan ways. We were inseparable, sharing victories, losses, and the countless nights spent under the starlit skies of distant lands. It was during one such campaign that our lives would change forever. The year was 363, and we found ourselves deep in the heart of Persia, under the command of Emperor Julian. Julian, known as the apostate for his rejection of Christianity, led us with a fervor unmatched. His zeal, however, would be his undoing. In the heat of battle near Ctesiphon, he was struck down, leaving the army in disarray. I was there, standing beside my friend Jovianus when it happened. The scene is etched in my memory, as vivid as the moment it occurred. We were surrounded, the air thick with the cries of battle and the clash of steel. Julian, ever the bold leader, charged ahead, but fate had other plans. An enemy spear found its mark, and in that instant, the course of history shifted. As Julian fell, chaos erupted. The soldiers, gripped by panic and uncertainty, looked to their leaders for guidance. In the midst of this turmoil, a desperate decision had to be made. Our ranks were thinning, and morale was crumbling. Then, as if the gods themselves intervened, my name was called out. "Jovian! Jovian! Lead us!" I turned to see the faces of my comrades, eyes filled with a mix of hope and desperation. Among them, Jovianus lay motionless, his life extinguished by a Persian blade. That moment haunts me still. The loss of my friend, coupled with the weight of the empire's future, bore down on me like a heavy cloak. With a heart heavy with grief and resolve, I accepted the mantle of leadership. Proclaimed emperor by my troops, I knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges. My first act as emperor was one of necessity rather than glory. We needed to extricate ourselves from the perilous position in Persia. To save my men, I negotiated a peace treaty, ceding Roman territories east of the Tigris. Some saw this as a dishonorable retreat, but it was a choice between survival and annihilation. As we made our way back to Roman soil, I pondered the enormity of my new role. The transition from soldier to emperor was swift and unforgiving. I was now the ruler of the greatest empire the world had ever known, and the responsibilities weighed heavily on my shoulders. My Christian faith, instilled by my mother, would guide me in the days to come. In the next part of my tale, we will explore the early days of my reign. The decisions I made, the enemies I faced, and the internal struggles that threatened to tear me apart. The burdens of leadership are great, and the path of an emperor is never easy. Yet, I face these challenges with the same determination that had carried me through countless battles. Stay with me, dear viewer, as we journey through the trials and tribulations of my reign. The road ahead is long and winding, filled with moments of triumph and despair. But through it all, I remained steadfast in my duty to Rome and to the legacy of those who came before me. Ascending to the throne was only the beginning. The early days of my reign were a whirlwind of decisions, each one heavier than the last. Returning from Persia, I faced a Rome in turmoil. The empire, vast and mighty, was also fractured and fragile. The task ahead was daunting, and I often found myself questioning whether I was truly prepared for such a monumental role. My first priority was to stabilize the empire. The peace treaty with Persia, though necessary, was met with disdain by many. I understood their anger, but my primary concern was the welfare of my soldiers and the preservation of Rome. The territories we ceded were a strategic loss, but they bought us time to rebuild and regroup. As a Christian, I felt it was my duty to restore the faith that had been suppressed under Julian's reign. One of my first decrees was to restore the privileges of the Christian Church. Churches that had been seized were returned, and the clergy were reinstated to their former positions. This move was not without controversy. Pagan practices, which had seen a resurgence under Julian, were once again pushed to the margins. I forbade magical practices and reaffirmed Rome's commitment to Christianity. Yet, my religious convictions brought about their own set of challenges. The unity I sought to bring was elusive. Religious tensions simmered beneath the surface, threatening to erupt at any moment. I knew that balancing the diverse beliefs within the empire would be an ongoing struggle. Amid these internal conflicts, external threats loomed large. The eastern borders, though temporarily secure, remained a source of anxiety. The Persians, ever ambitious, could not be trusted to honor our fragile peace indefinitely. I bolstered our defenses and strengthened the military presence along the frontier, all while keeping a wary eye on our neighbors to the east. Within the empire, I sought to promote stability through effective governance. Corruption had seeped into the administration, and rooting it out became a personal mission. I appointed loyal and capable officials, men I trusted to act in Rome's best interests. This was no easy task, and I encountered resistance from those who had grown comfortable in their positions of power. Despite the relentless demands of leadership, there were moments of levity and unexpected humor. I recall an incident involving a particularly stubborn senator who refused to comply with a new policy. After days of heated debate, he stormed into my chambers, red-faced and fuming. In a fit of exasperation, he declared, "Emperor, if I must follow your decree, then Rome is truly lost." His dramatic proclamation, though intended to provoke, struck me as absurdly comical. I laughed, a deep, hearty laugh that seemed to catch him off guard. "If Rome can survive you, Senator, it can survive anything," I replied. Reluctantly, he conceded, and the policy was enacted. Yet, these lighter moments were rare. The weight of the empire's fate pressed down on me daily. My decisions, whether just or flawed, would echo through history. The burden of leadership was immense, but I faced it with the same resolve that had seen me through battle. As the months passed, I began to sense an uneasy feeling in the air. Whispers of discontent grew louder, and shadows seemed to loom larger. My health, once robust, began to falter. The pressures of the throne took their toll, and I knew that my time might be shorter than I had hoped. In the next part of my story, we will confront the final days of my reign and the mysterious circumstances surrounding my death. Was it fate, treachery, or merely the toll of leadership? Stay with me, dear viewer, as we delve into the end of my journey and the legacy I left behind. For even in death, the story of Jovian, the soldier-turned-emperor, continues to unfold. The weight of the empire and the relentless demands of leadership were beginning to take their toll on me. My health, once as strong as the iron I wielded in battle, was waning under the constant strain. As emperor, I had faced numerous challenges, but nothing could prepare me for the mysterious turn my life was about to take. It was early in 364 when I began to feel a creeping sense of unease. My body ached, and fatigue set in with a stubborn persistence. I tried to dismiss it as the natural weariness of my role, but the symptoms only worsened. My advisors and physicians were concerned, urging me to rest and recover, but the empire waited for no man. There were decisions to be made, borders to defend, and unity to maintain. In February of that year, I set out for Constantinople. The journey was arduous, and each step seemed to sap my strength further. As we traveled through Bithynia, I began to feel an inexplicable heaviness, as if a dark cloud hung over me. We reached the small town of Didastana, a mere stop on our route, but it was here that fate would catch up with me. On the night of February 16th, I retired to my chambers, feeling more exhausted than ever. My mind raced with thoughts of the empire and the uncertain future that lay ahead. As I drifted into a restless sleep, I could not shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. The next morning, my attendants found me lifeless in my bed. I had succumbed to a sudden and mysterious death. Rumors and theories swirled in the aftermath. Some whispered of poison, a plot orchestrated by those who opposed my policies. Others speculated that it was merely the cumulative stress of the throne that had claimed my life. To this day, the true cause of my death remains a mystery, shrouded in the fog of history. With my passing, the empire was once again thrust into uncertainty. My body was transported to Constantinople, where I was laid to rest in the Church of the Holy Apostles, alongside the great emperors who had come before me. My reign had been brief, but its impact was undeniable. I had faced the daunting task of leading Rome through a tumultuous time, and I did so with the conviction of my faith and the strength of my character. As we approach the final part of my tale, we will explore the legacy I left behind. How would history remember Flavius Jovianus? Would my efforts to restore Christianity and stabilize the empire be honored? Or would my concessions and the brevity of my rule overshadow my achievements? Stay with me, dear viewer, as we delve into the lasting impact of my reign and the echoes of my life that still resonate through the annals of Roman history. Reflect on the fleeting nature of power and the enduring legacy one can leave behind. For it is not merely the length of a reign that defines an emperor, but the deeds and decisions that shape the future. In my final days, I faced the ultimate test of leadership, and it is through this lens that my story concludes. In the wake of my untimely death, the Roman Empire faced a period of reflection and transition. My reign, though brief, left a lasting imprint on the annals of history. As Flavius Jovianus, I strove to navigate the tumultuous waters of my time, driven by a sense of duty to Rome and my unwavering Christian faith. How would the world remember me, a soldier who became emperor and tried to steer a fractured empire towards stability? The immediate aftermath of my death saw the ascension of Valentinian I, a capable and experienced military leader. Valentinian continued many of the policies I had initiated, particularly those aimed at strengthening the empire's defenses and promoting Christian values. My efforts to restore the privileges of the Christian Church set a precedent that endured, helping to solidify Christianity's place as the dominant religion in the empire. In this way, my legacy was intertwined with the ongoing transformation of Rome from a polytheistic society to a Christian one. Despite the controversy surrounding my peace treaty with Persia, historians have come to view it as a pragmatic decision given the dire circumstances. The ceding of territories east of the Tigris, while seen by some as a dishonorable retreat, allowed the Roman army to regroup and avoid a catastrophic defeat. It was a difficult choice, but one that ensured the survival of the empire in a perilous moment. My commitment to eradicating corruption and promoting capable governance also left a mark. By appointing trustworthy officials and striving for administrative efficiency, I sought to create a more stable and effective government. These efforts, though cut short by my death, laid the groundwork for future reforms that would strengthen the empire's administrative machinery. The mysterious nature of my demise added a layer of intrigue to my legacy. Speculation about the cause of my death, whether it was poison, illness, or sheer exhaustion, has kept historians and scholars debating for centuries. This enigma, while tragic, has also immortalized me in a way that few emperors achieve. My sudden death became a symbol of the unpredictable and often perilous nature of power. On a more personal level, my friendship with Jovianus and the events surrounding his death in battle at Ctesiphon are remembered as poignant examples of the bonds forged in the crucible of war. The loss of my dear friend, juxtaposed with my own ascension, serves as a reminder of the sacrifices and human connections that define our lives. It is these moments of personal struggle and triumph that resonate with those who read my story. In the grand tapestry of history, I may not be counted among the most celebrated emperors, but my contributions to the empire and my steadfast dedication to my beliefs are undeniable. I faced immense challenges with courage and conviction, and though my time as emperor was short, I left a legacy of resilience and faith. As you, dear viewer, reflect on my story, consider the enduring impact of our actions and the ways in which we shape the future, often in ways we cannot foresee. My journey from a soldier's son in Singidunum to the Emperor of Rome is a testament to the power of destiny and the enduring spirit of those who strive to lead with integrity. As we bring my story to a close, let me share something that connects us across the centuries: the hobby of ancient coin collecting. Imagine holding a piece of history like this solidus, minted during my reign from 363–364 AD. The solidus, a gold coin used in the late Roman Empire, not only represented currency but also a tangible connection to the past. Collecting ancient coins offers a unique way to experience history firsthand. Each coin carries the legacy of its time, offering insights into the culture, economy, and artistry of an era long gone. For history enthusiasts, the benefits are manifold. It's a gateway to understanding the past and a treasure trove of stories waiting to be discovered. Learning history doesn't just enrich the mind, it brings travel to life. Visiting the sites of ancient Rome or the distant lands once part of the empire becomes a richer experience when you understand the stories and significance behind them. Walking through the ruins of the Colosseum or standing on the ancient streets of Singidunum, now Belgrade, you'll feel a deeper connection to the people who once lived and ruled there. History is not just about dates and events. It's about the lives that shaped our world. Thank you for accompanying me on this journey and for engaging with our channel, The Renaissance Spirit. We are dedicated to pursuing a just, equitable, and humanitarian world. Our video topics encompass a wide range of subjects, including history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, and social and environmental justice. Ancient Rome and the Roman Empire provide a fascinating lens through which to compare and contrast the modern world, perfect for the true modern polymath. The Renaissance ushered in a golden age of knowledge and discovery, leading to the Enlightenment and the Age of Reason. Embracing truth, knowledge, and a deep understanding and compassion for humanity opens up the world to each of us, individually and collectively. It affords us the opportunity to be better stewards of the earth and to each other. The Renaissance spirit is more than just a philosophy. It's a way of living, learning, growing, and thinking. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share our channel with others. If you're looking to explore and experience what life has to offer, I'm sure you'll enjoy the other videos on our channel. Peruse our content, and let us know in the comments what you gain from them and what other topics you'd like to see. But first, take the quiz next to see if you embody the Renaissance spirit. Live the Renaissance spirit. In closing, my new friend, remember that our journey through history is never truly over. It continues in the stories we share, the lessons we learn, and the connections we forge. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of my life and reign. May the spirit of discovery and knowledge guide you, just as it did in the times of old.